Hello friends, I hope you all are doing great. Today, I, Kunal Nagpal, am feeling really pleased to welcome you all to this online academic portal, Nagpal Academic Academia. My dear friends, today I wish to address a very important milestone India has been able to attain in the entire global economic scenario. And this is really being appreciated and acknowledged by various international organizations. Yes, you are hearing me right. I'm talking in respect of the attainment of the Sustainable Development Goals. That is the intensity to which Indian economy is actually devoted towards applying this particular aspect in each and every possible domain is actually remarkable. And this is being appreciated not only by the international organizations, the governing bodies across the globe, like the United Nations, but it is also being appreciated by various companies who are willing to set up their operations, their manufacturing operations, or the companies who are wishing to diversify their overall supply chain in India. So they need to modify their overall strategies in such a manner which is actually in line with attaining the green energy objectives. So this is really great that India is giving so much strategic importance to these noble initiatives. So, my dear friends, in this particular session, I am actually going to talk on the aspect that India is really critical for the global MNCs who are wishing to diversify their overall manufacturing operations and supply chain in the Indian economy, and how those companies, how those global MNCs are actually obliged to follow these protocols in order to help India to meet its net zero targets in the near future. This really proves the hardcore dedicated efforts being put in by the Indian economy. So, my dear friends, I'm talking with respect to the food sector. And obviously, what is the core objective of the food sector? It is actually to minimize the food wastage at the best possible level, accompanied with the reduction of the greenhouse gas emissions and ensuring the food security for everyone. So, we are going to talk about the Swiss Food and Beverage Packaging Major, SIG Combi Block Group, who is actually betting big on India in order to meet its green goals. So, with sustainability topping the agenda for the governments and the corporations in our economy, eliminating food wastage has actually become a crucial aspect that can basically help preserve the resources, reduce the greenhouse gas emissions, and therefore help in ensuring the sustainable food security for everyone. This is really great, and I'm sure with such dedicated efforts, it is not too far that India will be the best acknowledged country across the globe who has achieved its objective in a time-bound manner as far as the sustainability is concerned, which is really the call of the time. And the entire global situation is actually demanding this particular need to be addressed in a very best possible manner. And hence the overall optimum utilization of resources, the overall synchronization of the concerned departments in the best possible manner is actually the correct strategy to be followed by the respective countries across the globe. And India's efforts are really commendable. So, my dear friends, in this particular regard, the Switzerland-based food and beverage packaging major, SIG Block Group AG, is actually betting big on India to meet its net zero target by 2050. Feeding the population is actually a huge challenge, and the most effective way to do that is basically by reducing the food waste, obviously. And with our industry-leading packaging products that actually offer a substantial shelf life and durability while transportation, food wastage can basically be kept in check significantly. And India's population will basically continue to fuel our market growth. And we are super happy to be the part of that particular initiative, said Mr. Samuel Sigrist, CEO, SIG Block Group AG. So, my dear friends, this actually proves the dedicated efforts of India. Furthermore, it also demonstrates and illustrates that how the foreign MNCs are able to actually conceptualize their overall strategic plans and hence modify their overall protocol when they set up their operations in India. So obviously it is creating a beautiful and amazing brand India across the globe, and it is actually helping the people across the globe to realize the very important fact that the materialistic objectives or the profit-oriented objectives are still secondary. But what is primary? Primary objective is to meet the global needs, is to address the call of the time, and to follow that approach which is actually morally correct. So obviously the overall position of India is the overall position of India actually gets elevated in the sight of everyone across the globe. This is really commendable. Now let's discuss the expansion plans of this particular Swiss-based food packaging firm who wishes to diversify its overall supply chain and manufacturing operations in India, keeping in view the core green energy objectives to which India is giving core importance or the primary importance. SIG actually started its India operations in 2018, that is 5 years back, and has since cemented its position as one of the leading players in the sustainable packaging industry. The company now plans to establish its first aseptic carton plant in that is, we are specifically talking about the particular state Ahmedabad, which is in line with its expansion drive and will be infusing 60 million euros between 2023 and 2025. So this is actually the plan A of this particular firm to actually diversify its overall base in the Indian economy. And the further plans like Plan B, Plan C, Plan D, they will start formulating accordingly. And obviously it's a long journey because India is very keen in establishing the long-term relationships. And what is the core foundation of this particular plan, of this particular strategy? the core foundation is the holistic development, that is the win-win approach. We are not only concerned about our own development, which is actually quite short term. Rather, we are quite inclined towards the holistic development, that is the development of the entire globe. That's why everyone feels very, very secure when they think of investing in India. So my dear friends, the move will actually bolster the company's production capacity to up to 4 billion packs per year, serving as a testament to its overall commitment to meeting the growing demand for the sustainable and innovative packaging solutions in India. And obviously, our objectives were quite clear when we came to India, that is to become big in the country. And that also includes the local manufacturing. And the announcement to basically bring our cotton packaging material manufacturing into India will basically further accelerate our growth in the country. Mr. Sigrist said. I repeat his last statement as this is the core highlight of our discussion. That is, the announcement to bring our cotton packaging material manufacturing into India will further accelerate our growth in the country. That is, try to see the firm conviction which this particular pioneer industrialist is having, who set up his plant in his entire ambition to diversify his company's base globally. When he came to India 5 years back, and still he is quoting with conviction that he will be able to accelerate his growth in the country. When he brings in the cotton packaging material manufacturing into India, what does this mean? That India is giving utmost importance to the eco-friendly products, which will actually help to prosper our overall efforts, to accelerate our overall efforts towards the advancement or the attainment of the sustainable development goals, in view of making India the net zero economy by 2050. So the foreign companies, the global companies, they are also trying to innovate on their overall working pedagogy. And hence they are ready to bring in the cotton packaging material manufacturing into India, which will actually help further accelerate their growth in the country. And my dear friends, furthermore, SIG is also looking to unveil its globally acclaimed innovative products in India, which are actually an outcome of its comprehensive R&D strategies. Furthermore, he states, we believe that aluminium free is a big lever for us, which is something we intend to bring to India. See the excellent dedication which this particular industrialist is having to enable India to actually achieve its green economy based objectives, which is actually in sync with the goals of the entire global economy. And obviously the United Nations is actually getting proud of the efforts being made by the Indian economy in terms of the attainment of the sustainable development goals. And see the excellent dedication, as I have said, of these global MNCs, that they are also trying to innovate continuously on their overall working strategy, and hence in the diverse range of products which they are offering to our country. So if you take the aluminum foil out, the carbon footprint can be reduced by 50%. We spend about 3% of our revenue on research and development on bringing more sustainable solutions. And those will obviously help accelerate our overall efforts to come to the Indian market more closer, Mr. Sigrist added. So this insightful discussion is really a worthwhile investment, my dear friends. Yes, this is the worthwhile investment which is actually helping us to realize that how culturally rich our country is in terms of valuing its value, and hence it beautifully justifies the quote as it was quoted by the well-renowned industrialist once upon a time, that is by Mrs. Indra Nooyi. A value has a value only if its value is valued. I repeat, a value has a value only if its value is valued. So, my dear friends, I believe that this insightful discussion must have certainly helped you to actually understand the core dynamics of the values which our economy practices, and how beautifully it actually puts in its entire efforts towards making that value valuable. Thank you so much for your patient and cooperative listening. Namaskar. Jai Hind.